That serves me right for trying to play something from memory to start with. How are you all today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me have a really quick look who we've got here with us today. I have a few instruments here. I do apologise. I had the most maddening 5 minutes just before I went live in true style. The phone went crazy. The cat had a tantrum, including trying to steal my seat. It all happened. So let me just see who we have here with us today. Boom, boom. Here we go. Hello, better fish. Hello, mamba dingo. Hello, Mary. How are you today? Hello, Becky. Nice to see you. Hello, Pugface Media. Hello, Warlock. How are you today? Hello, Piggy Network. Hello, James. How are you? Hello, Jerry Man. Hello, Crimson Red. How are you today? Hello, Mary. How are you? I hope you've been well out there today. I am glad to see you all. I didn't think I could do this before. It's a bit harder than I thought, but easier than the piano xylophone. There we go. There'll be a couple of people I missed there. Let me see, who else did I miss? Let me have a look. Here we go. Hello, Stephen. How are you today? Hello, Unicorn Vlog. Nice to see you too. Hello, Purple Moon. Mr. Fix-It-All. Hello, Druzy. Good to see you. Must have known you were coming 'cause I chose the right hat. It's the one that reminds me of Tortoiseshell. I am glad to see you all. Hello, Pinoy. How are you? So there we go. Good to see you all today. I hope you are well. So I have my keyboard in front of me. I did make sure I got new batteries and everything for it. I have a sleeping cat. I have sheet music. I have a recorder and numerous things here. So we're just going to see how we go. What I'd like everyone to let me know is just if they can hear the piano okay. I've got the microphone just up here at the moment. So hopefully you'll get it in as close to stereo as you can at the moment. I can interface it directly with the PC, but I just haven't set it up yet. So I hope you're all well. So let's have a little bit of music and we'll go from there. I hope you are all good today. God, I'm not playing very well. that's okay, and that's what all of this is about. I did actually hope to get home a bit earlier and at least get a bit of piano practice in first, but the universe had other ideas today. So anyway, this one's called Money Can't Buy Everything. Turn it up a little bit. That might help a little bit. Hello, Crazy Diamond. Hello, Crazy Diamond. Nice to see you today. I hope the world's been good out there. That you got some smiles and some laughs too. It's always nice to see you. Oh my god, I'm fucking up gloriously there. Ta-da! It's been one of those days. So can anyone recognize this? Let's just go into fun, silly mode. I played this perfectly before, might I add. Okay, it's one of those days, so let's just continue. Note to self, do not look at the camera while I'm playing. Alright, pull myself out. And I'm reading music, so it's a really foolish idea for me to take my eyes off the music. I'm glad. So today it's all about a bit of classical music. I might play a little bit of recorder for a second. I've got little Mr. Maxi here with me next to my Glockenspiel. A lot of this music I can translate because it's got, so that's 2 octaves. 1. So it's a 2 octave range, which is the Glockenspiels from, so this gives me 1 plus a couple of extra notes. So the bass note's this G, G to G to G, and up to C. So that's the full range I get on the Glockenspiel. So a lot of the songs I play, I can actually translate and start playing on the Glockenspiel. It's going to take me a little bit of practice, but we'll get there. So here's a little bit of recorder. We'll see at least if we can move the cat short term. And we'll go from there. And then I'll line us up some, oh, sorry, little boy. Not. And we'll go from there. So there we go. While that warms itself up. Hello, Tom. Hello, Sun and Fun. So here we go. So let's turn this down a tiny bit when I do this song, or else you won't hear me. Hello, Tom. Nice to see you this is what everyone wants to hear on the recorder. I'm just going to keep the music going because I've had a shocker. And I obviously can't play at the moment. So that is okay. So here we go. So there we go. I think everyone knows what that is. That's one of the songs people really like. And let me quickly line up another one for when I come back to the recorder, which I will do shortly. There is one song I know that I always like to play, and everyone likes this one too. Okay, so we'll line that one up for next time. I hope you are all well. Let's see if my piano playing hands have come back into working order since I stepped away before. So I hope you're all really well. Amazing Grace indeed is what that one was. So hopefully you can hear the piano okay. Let me know if there's any issues. I've turned it up a little bit more. So let's play a little bit more. See how we go. Get these fingers going. In business. Hello Stephanie, really good to see you. So the piano I've gone further with than any instrument. So I grew up with a grand piano around. My father's gone as far as you can go with piano. My brother's a professional bass player and did a lot of music. My whole family is very musical. I did up to grade 3 in the piano when I was younger, and I gave it up for about 30 years. And about 10 years ago, I took the piano up again, but I'm nowhere near back to what I used to be when I was 13. This was the last piece that I was learning on the piano when I gave it up that I know from memory. I don't know the name of the piece, and I'm still chasing my 13-year-old self. So I know how to read music. I know a lot of music theory. I also got a music scholarship to play the cello when I was younger. I've played the saxophone, the bass guitar, lots of different instruments, and I've sung for a good chunk of my life. So let's see if I can remember this one. This was, the last piece I was learning when I gave up piano. One note there, but that's okay. So like with everything, we all have it in us. So I recently turned it to songwriting and music, and I use a lot of my basic music theory. When I play the recorder, I have sheet music in front of me. Some of it I know from heart, some I don't. So yeah, that's a lot of where my history is. So yeah, I'm still chasing my 13-year-old self. And I might get back there eventually, but if not, it's okay. I'm going to have fun in the meantime. Hello, Africa. How are you today? Hope your day has not been that's just me mucking around with a broken chord and moving up and down the keyboard. Oh, nothing really hard. Hello, Harvinder, really, really good to see you. Hello, Harvinder, how are you today? Hope your day's been good out there. I'm glad to see you here again. There we go. And it's all about having a little fun. And with all of this, you know, I could be a real diva about it and go, I can't play as good as I did when I was younger. Or I can go, hey, it's fun, I enjoy it. And every time I play something right, I'm like, bonus. And when I don't, I practice and I don't make that mistake again. And that's kind of how it goes. And if I'm practicing, I can play all of these really easily. If I haven't been practicing, I'm a bit rusty to start with, like we all are in life. So here we go. This is another one. This is a traditional English one. Hello, Purple Moon. Really good to see you. Thank you. This is one of my hats. So this is, I make all of my hats other than the flappy ear ones that I buy. So this one's all wool, and this top orange and around the rim is recycled organic cotton. So I make all of my hats. And I must have known, because this one always reminds me of Drew's tortie shell, which is very beautiful. So here we go. Here's a bit of music. Let me know if you want to. I'm more than happy to extend for a bit if anyone wants to come and sing with me as well. So Mama Dingo, if you feel like singing a few or anything, let me know in the chat and I'll flick you the link. So here we go. Here's some cockles and mussels for us all. Go. That's one I really, really like. Oh, yeah, I can do you. Do you want me to? I've actually already half made a yellow. Okay, later on, remind me of that because I've got the perfect Vegemite colors already. I made myself a hat in yellow that's got red, like petals around it. And I can do you a Vegemite hat. I can even do the colors with the red on the top and then, you know, the yellow and the... I got a Vegemite glass here. There you go. I can do you that, like those colours with the red on the bottom and stuff on the hat. So we can definitely do that. Let's talk. Let's talk. So here we go. Let's play a little bit more. Let me know if anyone knows the name of this one. It's one we should all know. God, I'm not playing well today. Oh my God. Da 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 da. Okay, let's move on to something else because look, this is the way of things. Sometimes I nearly cancelled today's stream. I'm like, oh my God, it's been so nuts trying to get here. And I had to run around this morning and of course I was running late and everything. So, but here we go. Let's try something different. Okay, let's go something else. That's one of my favorites. Can anyone tell me what that is? I'll turn it up again and I'll play it again for you. Susanna, it is. You are right. Here's another one we should all know. Oh my God, I'm just like, okay, this is how, let me, everyone that plays music knows this, and life's like this. Stuff you know if you're doing, if you trust yourself and you just go with it, you play fine. It's all muscle memory. And the second you get in your head, you fuck up. And because I'm a bit, it's been a nuts day, I'm sort of chasing my tail a bit. So I'm trying to stay out of my head, but every time I go in my head, I make a mistake. And that's the way of the world. So what do? We were talking about this yesterday. You laugh and you carry on. Oh my God. Okay. When in doubt, try something else. Oh man, too funny. That was Joy to the World. I was playing before. Spot on. Spot on. So what I might do, just because, you know those days sometimes you're like, I should have listened to the universe. And I did, so I apologise. I had to put this stream back a couple of times too while I was getting ready. Good old Mr. Maxie. I've got his toy here too. Shall we see at least if we can have some comic relief from the cat short term? Are you going to play, or are you like, no? No? Hey, what about you? No? Okay, when in doubt, pile stuff on the cat and see how long it takes him to move. So what I have in front of me here is my little Glockenspiel. We'll have a little bit of a play on this one. Banjo on my knee. Oh, Susanna, yes, that is exactly it. Oh my God. Okay, so what I'm playing at the moment is my little Glockenspiel. Let me show you a little bit of it. Oh, Max, you're hilarious. Okay. So, here we go. Mic back in front of me. Let's pull this back my direction. There we go, everyone. And I do apologise. I was meant to have tuned the uke too, and I neglected to before we got started. So we might go the wooden beater this time, which I much prefer. It's nowhere near as easy to play this way, so we'll see how we go. If not, I'll be your comic relief for the day. So there we go. There's a little bit of that. Yeah, there was a little bit of Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He was a good friend of mine. And da na 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 na. Joy to the world of boys and girls. Something like that, guys. I can't remember what the lyrics are off the top of my head. So there you go. Yeah, always feel like you should have listened to. And it was one of those, yeah, and normally I do. But part of me said, you know what? I'll just go play music for a while. I'll try to play music for a while. That's okay. Sometimes I'll succeed. Sometimes I'll be comic relief. Thank you. So let's try us a little bit more recorder, shall I? How we go? We've just gone 28 minutes. So let's see how my low note's going here. Okay, so here we go. This is one of the my favourite songs to play. I know everyone really likes this one. And that one, I've got that on quite a few different, I've got the music, the sheet music to that somewhere as well. I'll try and dig it out for you. So here we go. Is anyone thinking of Kermit the Frog? And on that note, let me go on that tangent for us. Give me 2 seconds, everyone. This is, I don't know if we'd strictly call this classical, but it's definitely, well, it's on the slightly musical side of things. So here we go. Let me just follow that tangent for us. Okay, here we go, everyone. So, yep, that's exactly where I'm going. See, we're in good synchronicity here. There we go. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, they're only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it, but I know they're wrong. Wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and and someone believed it, and look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What so we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, that rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Have you been fast asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La 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 la. So there we go. There's a little rainbow connection. Hello, John. Really good to see you. I met you the other day in, I'm pretty sure it was Lauren's chat. Really, really good to see you. I hope you are well. Sorry, let me just have a really quick catch up. Make sure I haven't missed anyone. I hope you are good. Oh, nice. On your shoulder, I love that. And I love the fact he's called Cash Man. And I am not Johnny Cash. So this, okay, let's see if my memory works. This is my Johnny Cash style art song. Okay, memory, do me good. I drew 1,000 leaves, I should have started with the trees. My mind tries to flatten what it sees in 3D. It's a whole new battle between the heart and I. My hand and my eye start another dance. I see the world differently, shapes and negative space. I don't like using rulers and find it hard to trace. My pens have turned to dip nibs, and how that ink has flowed. And now my favorite is watercolor. My dance with the universe, the rainbow serpent and her tones, those elements of earth and fire transposed to charcoal. The water that I lacked is now pigmented. I'll dance with the colors until I find my style. And I did. And it's this. And look, I got a rainbow serpent on my arm too. Hello, Unicorn. Really good to see you. I hope you're well. And I know, Mama Dingo, you'll appreciate. You're probably the only one here that'll get why I have a rainbow serpent on my arm. So there you go. Hello, Cherry Man. Really good to see you. Hello, hello. Okay, what I'm going to do really quickly is, because I just left something in the other room, I'm going to share a really quick 2-minute video with you. So this is some artwork I did, and I then, once I'd done the art, I improvised a song to go with it. The song is called Human Spirograph. and I'll be with you all in 2 minutes.
Oh, I want to be a spire.
Oh my God, Mama Dingo, you know how I was saying yellow? I've already done yellow and red. Look at what is here. Check this, it's only 11 seconds.
Discover your inner alien. It's wearing a freak flag.
So, that was one of the ones I was talking about, and I did it like Vegemite, and it's when I wear it that way, I've now got flower petals all around it, so I can wear it as a hat, and all of mine are designed so I can sing in them and wear them as masks too. So, all of mine, and I sing and I view test them all, so I can always, you know, so you think you can tell a mask from Violet, she's just there, just hiding. Would you like to see more while I get rearranged? Here we go, I'll be back in a second, everyone.
Oh, I want to be a spirograph of the humankind. Let those curves go out and the lines unwind. I want to be a spirograph of the humankind. Let my hand and I take control and see where symmetry lies. Oh, I want to be a spirograph. Let those lines run wild. The curves are taken off their own. A spiral Fibonacci bound. The golden ratios in my strokes. The flow turns to a line. My head knows what it wants to do. It's talking to my eye. Oh, I want to be a spirograph of the humankind. Let those curves take control as the lines unwind. I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's, and I hope to see you all then. Bye!
And we're back. Okay, so I just had a moment, and what I realised, Mama Dingo, is when you said the yellow hat, you probably meant this one. So I don't know if you meant this one. This was one of the most recent ones I made that is yellow and grey. It's got the spike on top of it, and when they have the spike on it, you can also push the spike in so it's hidden, so you don't have to have the spike showing. But this might have been the one that you were talking about. I'm not sure if this is what you meant by the yellow one, but let me know if it was. I have many, many hats, and I can also, I'm really happy to custom make. I love custom making. So I'm more than happy to do that. You got a deal. So thank you. I'm really glad you liked that. Hello, Government Watchdog News. Really, really good to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you had a bit of a, here we go. Why not? So here we go. Let's do some more closed eye singing, which is the best variety. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold, still rail? A smile from a veil. Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts? Hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cold breeze, cold
comfort for change. Did you exchange a walk-on part in the wall for a lead role in a cage? So, sorry, someone's texting me, which really pulls me out of my, okay, hello, Thomas, I got your message. Sorry, I should have put that on silent. It's one of the downsides of a cappella. It really pulls me out of it. So there we go. There's a little bit of Wishua here. So... yeah, the Bob Marley coloured hats. And I make, most of the hats I make are what I call big hair hats, because I've got like crap loads of hair and I've got a really big head. So mine are all designed so I can wear my hair up underneath them, like they'll fit my hair up. They're really good for people that have got lots of hair too. And those sort of hats, you want to make them longer too, so you can kind of fold them over and stuff too. So I can definitely do that for you. And I much prefer to work in cotton or wool, but I have lots of options. So what I'm also going to do, just on that note for everyone, is, as you probably know, I'm also, you know, close to the end of a visual arts degree. And one of the things I want to start doing with you on a more regular basis is opening my art studio time up to you. When I'm making all this stuff, when I'm drawing, when I'm painting, when I'm doing all that sort of stuff. So what I aim to do is, I might start every second day to start with, is I'll do the first one of them on this channel and then I'll move it to my little art channel. But I want to open up my studio time. So I'll have 2 cameras going. I can talk to you. I can sing while we're doing it. And I'll actually make stuff. So that way, if you want stuff, I can go, okay, here's all the wools I have, and you can pick them out. You can pick your colours. I have a phenomenal amount of material here in every capacity. I'm also going to take you through all the art basics. So I'm also going to take you through all the different mediums. I have a whole series which I call Kiddy Craft for adults, which I love, and I'm going to do one of them today, and this one's called Fingers Only. And I'm going to get all the paint out. We're going to have fun like we used to finger paint when we were young. I've got different easels and a lot of this set up, and I've been working towards all of this for a long, long, long time. So I'm going to open my studio time up on top of this. So I'll do like, yeah, I'll be doing a lot of that for you. I'm also a bit of a, what I call a singing sketchbook is half of this for me. I'm doing my arts degree through LCI, which used to be the Australian Institute of Design. They changed their name a few years ago. So I'm doing a Bachelor of Visual Art, Bachelor of Design in Visual Arts, and I'm a sub-major in photography and filmmaking. I originally went in as a photography filmmaking major, and I switched after my first trimester. I decided to do visual arts. I thought I couldn't draw when I started my visual arts degree, and I realized that I had a lot of skills, like all of us do. We all have skills we haven't thought about, and that's where my inspiration soup comes from. And I realized that I had all these things I didn't realize that had, you know, all these years of doing calligraphy for me and love of fountain pens and writing, you know, really helped me with a lot of this stuff. And a lot of it was my poetry and songwriting, and now it's all kind of come together. And I make a lot of my own costumes, and I had a Fringe Festival show last year that got cancelled because of COVID. And I didn't have the heart to do it again this year because I just didn't want it to get cancelled on me. Or else I'd be doing Fringe right now as we speak. So there you go, we are very much. And you can come and join me, love. So if we want to do that, we can have like art time, and you can come and join me, and we can talk arts and do what we do. And as soon as I saw you're an artist too, I'm like, oh hell yeah, we're so of the same cloth here. I'd say the only difference between Mama Dingo and I'm going to give my age away here, is I reckon I'm 20 years older than you. That's probably the only difference. That's kind of what I estimate. So I'm like 48. I'm 49 in a couple of months. So I'm, you know, getting into the latter stage of my life. Whereas I've got a feeling you're like maybe in your mid to late 20s, if that. So that's, I reckon, the only difference between us is probably the age. So, and we grew up in different cities, but we're both very Aussie. And we probably know people. See, the way of Aussie is, if we sit down and have a chat, we'll realise we've got people in common. Oh, I know them. So yeah, a lot of that's coming. And I started with just doing really basic colouring in, You know, it was something I thought was really fun. So I'm going to show you all of that. I'm going to show you how I started. I'm going to show you my really shit artwork to start with. I'm going to do all my sketchbook tours for you. I urban sketch. I transit sketch on the train too. I'm really passionate about urban sketching more than anything, and I've been doing that for a couple of years, particularly observational drawing and a lot of my abstract stuff too. So I'm going to take you through all of that. You know, and I really want to encourage people to tap into something creative, even if it's something you can do in front of, you know, TV to keep your hands busy. You know, it's fun. So there you go, mid-20s. There you go, I gotcha. So there we go. It's only, the only difference is, oh, you're 35. Well, there you go. A decade, not 2 decades. But you do. You look like you're actually in your 20s, love. And I'm not pulling your leg there. You know us Aussies, we don't fuck around with that shit. So, there you go. Mind of a 13-year-old, I have that sometimes too. So anyway, on that note, everyone, we've gone 48 minutes. So let's do us a little bit more. Ready, please, Mr. Music? It's a clip of me. Awesome. Thank you. And look, we all have those skills. That's what this whole dose of inspiration stream is about. The inspiration soup. And what I encourage everyone is that we all have tools, we all have skills, we all have things we can do, we all have passions, we all have hobbies. And, you know, it's really just a matter of, you know, 3 years ago when lockdown happened, you know, well, nearly 3 years ago, I was working, you know, all the time. And all of a sudden I got locked in my house and I went, okay, well, I'm going to do what I always wanted to do, which was this visual arts degree. And I pulled all of my dusty instruments out of the cupboard. And, you know, I hadn't sung for a very long time. I hadn't played any of these instruments for a very long time. And I'm really glad I did. And I encourage everyone to do the same. You know, it's always this whole analogy of mine, always more, never less. All of us are all a lot more than we realize. We all have things we can do. We all have skills, talents, things to share. They're all different from every person. And we're never less than we think we are. And when someone tells you you're less and you can't do something, unless you've asked them specifically, walk on. You know, you're always more. You're always more. So anyway, on that note, let's do a little bit more of recorder because this was meant to be classical today. And we will go from there. So let's do something really silly. Okay, let's do some silly. Okay, here we go. Oh. Okay, let's try that again. Can anyone name that one? So was I. It was until I was 28, did I not? I didn't talk until I was 28. I didn't talk up for myself. I was all about everyone else. And I went through this period that I called claiming myself back from the world. And I decided I wasn't going to date anyone for at least a year. And that turned into a decade. Because every time I'm like, nah, fuck that, not ready yet. Nah, you can all bugger off. It's all about me. And it was the best thing I could have done. It's, you know, and I took up meditation at that point. I've meditated every day for 20 years. It saved me. It's why I'm here. It's why I do this. This is all an active meditation. It's not about whether it's right or wrong. In tune, out of tune, perfect, not perfect. It's the act of doing. That's stirring the soup. It's all, no one starts perfect, ever. Nothing's ever perfect, ever. And that's part of it too. It's more about having fun and enjoying it than worrying about the result. And I used to spend too long worrying about the result and not about just enjoying the process. So that's what a lot of this is about. And it took me a very long time to be able to laugh when I make a mistake and carry on. In the past, I would have fallen apart. I would have imploded on the inside. I would have made 10 times more mistakes. And I would have had a bit of a hissy fit and a tanty over it probably as well. And it took me a long time. I was actually only in my 40s that I learned to really get over myself too. And it was in my 30s that I really learned how to have fun. Before that, I was way too serious. And partly that's because I spent, 30 years of my life in PTSD too, that I had no choice. So this is kind of payoff for me of that crappy earlier life. And now I try to, And now I just have fun with it. And when you do that, you realize how much more capable you are than you realize. Your muscle memory's there. And these are the things that just are fun. They're just fun. And that's what it's about. So there you go. That's me having my little... So let's try a bit of Jingle Bells again and see. You trapped a man, apparently. That's hilarious. I had someone in my mid-20s tell me, face it, you became the man you wanted to marry. And I'm like, oh my God, you're right. And it was like a slap in the face, but they were right. My brother used to call me a human bum magnet, and I used to hate him for it. And then in my late 20s, I realized he was right. No more. I attract them, but no more. So here we go. This is Jingle Bells again. Let's see if we can do this one properly. And why not? That's way better. So this is an alto recorder. This is a soprano descant recorder. They both play the same way, except for there's obviously octave difference. Every musical instrument, well, they'll have a soprano, an alto, a bass, a baritone, and then you'll have other higher and lower ones like contrabass and stuff like that. It's the same with singing, same with string instruments, the same with everything. So this is a soprano, this is the alto version. I used to be a soprano singer, now I'm an alto that's got an inner baritone that I've recently discovered. So I'm a bit of a rare exception. Most women can't sing like this. Most women couldn't do this. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, Mr. Bassman, I really like the way you bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, Mr. Bassman, you're the hidden king of rock and roll. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, Mr. Bassman, I really like the way you bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum bum, hey Mr. Bassman, you're the hidden king of rock and roll. Bum 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 bum. I can just get the low note now. I couldn't have done that earlier. I know, because I used to try, and my low notes wouldn't be there. Now the high notes I used to have are not there, but I've got these new low ones. So there you go. That's a lot of that. So let's do a little bit more of the alto, because this one's only the top. The lower three notes, you really have to warm up, and you've really got to stretch your fingers a lot when I play this, and I have to hold down a lot more than on the soprano one. So here we go. Let's try that again. So there we go. There's a little bit of the alto recorder for us. Actually, I'll play us maybe a little bit of this. Oh, little Maxie is not moved. The thing is, he'll wake up as soon as I finish, and then he'll be like, okay, woman. So I've just gone 56 minutes. So I did have one. I had the Kiddy Craft for adults scheduled for a little bit later. Let me see what time. I had it scheduled for like an hour and a half time, but I might push it back a little bit because I had to push this one back as well. I do apologize. So I will be back for another round of fun a little bit later. I've also been doing a lot more of these little half-hour premiere, like, half hour of nature, half hour. I'm going to do half hour of horses, by the way. Someone was asking about the horses before. I have a huge amount of horse stuff to come to you as well. So I'm going to do things like 15 minutes of horses, half an hour of horses, stuff like that. Sometimes I'll have music with them, sometimes I won't. So I've got a lot more of that coming to you. But I will be back for round 1 of Kiddy Craft for adults, fingers only later. So what I recommend, if anyone has crappy paint around, Play-Doh, modeling clay, textures, pencils, colouring in books, anything like that, pull them out of the cupboard, have a bit of fun. You know, I'm going to be doing a lot of these. I'm going to do one of the Kiddy Craft every week. I have so much planned on this. And it's all designed to be stuff we all have around the house. So even things like I'm going to do weavings from little paper plates we all have. Stuff you can just, you know, I've put a lot of time into. I love salvage. I've also found ways of weaving single-use plastics. I weave, I knit, I crochet, I do many different things. I can show you how to turn your own old jeans into a rug. I can show you how to make toys for your cat in 5 minutes. I've got a lot of this sort of stuff. I want to, you know, all this sort of stuff. So, and a lot of it I'll do what you want. If someone wants to know something, I'm like, right, let's make that. So, yeah, and we're going to do silly songs I'm going to do once a week too. That's always part of it. So there's a couple in this series that I'm going to repeat once a week. So every week I'll do a classical music. Every once a week I'll do a original poetry slam. I'll do a Kiddy Craft. I'll do silly songs. So my Irrational Happiness triggers, I'm up to number 5 in that, and I could do 100 of them and not run out. And I'm going to and I keep everything too, and I love salvaging. I love giving things another life. One of the episodes I have coming up either later this week or early next week, I'm doing one on crochet and salvage, when I'm going to talk specifically about all this stuff we have lying around the house and what you can do with it. Even like use popsicle sticks, you know, stuff like that. The tags off bread, the rubber bands that come around everything. This is the sort of stuff we have everywhere, and there's stuff you can do with all of this. So we're going to talk to you a lot about that. We can do some basic paint making as well. There's a huge amount of stuff. So I really want to do that. I also want to cover a lot of the really basic music stuff. I really encourage people to pick stuff up and, you know, see what they can do. So on that note, we've just about hit the hour mark. I'll, Mama, I'm not sure if you're around later. I'll flick you an invite to the next one as well if you do want to come and join me. It's always whenever you want to as well. Same with anyone. Sometimes I miss the messages. So if you have said, yeah, I want to come up and I've missed you, I apologize. But it's always, and I'm always really happy to extend, and it's always nice to have other people up here as well. So, you know, be that for a chat or music or singing or art or whatever. And one of the things I used to do in the past exactly was I'd always have a second camera going. And what I'd do is while Pug was singing, I'd do a drawing based on the song he was singing. So I do these quick little, you know, 2, 3, 4 minute artworks and stuff, and I'd have my second camera going and I'd be doing a lot of art and stuff. So I'm going to do all of that for you again, and it's always fun. Yeah, and there's so much you can do. And these used to be made by them flattening nails and putting them on a gourd, which is a type of pumpkin. So that's how they originally made them. So if you've got old rusty nails, you can also do the same thing with cutlery. You can flatten nails and get 4 or 5 notes out of it, like you would with a kalimba. So that was one of the things I wanted to actually cover for you as well, because a lot of these instruments, there are ways you can build a lot of them. You know, we can make a stringed instrument. This is all stuff I can do. So, you know, we can do basic stuff. We can grab a piece of wood and make a flute. I've got a dremel. I've got all of my full-on proper workshop here too. I make stuff. I do woodcraft. I do everything. So, you know, let's make some basic instruments. Let's have fun. Let's do all of it. I've got a lot of specific paints. I'm going to paint all of my instruments. So I'm going to paint my ukulele. I've also got an acoustic bass guitar that I want to paint as well. I actually would really like to paint this too. So we've got so much stuff we can do, and more the merrier. And I know, you know, Crazy Diamond, I know you got into your artwork a bit when you were younger too. So, you know, do it. Do it. You know, I'm still chasing my 13-year-old self. Doesn't mean I'm not having fun now. Doesn't mean I do my head in going, oh my God, I used to be better when I was younger on the music. You know, who gives a shit? I'm still enjoying it now. And I'm glad I remember what I remember. Thank you for joining me in the Twilight Zone. Please make sure sure you grab your belongings before you go. If not, I'll rifle through them and steal everything. Also pat the cat on your way out or he'll follow you. And these sound a lot like wind chimes too. That's one of the things. They actually say the kalimba is one of the most calming and soothing of all the instruments. And I very much agree with that. We tested this out recently. I have done some introduction videos on all of my instruments, including the kalimba, where I kind of explain what they are. They're all cheap instruments you can buy for less than $20 US. You know, there's a lot you can do. You can pick up a plastic recorder for $3, $4. You know, there's lots of things you can do. So there you go, everyone. A little bit of Kalimba. Hello, Jackson. Really good to see you. I hope you are well. So on that note, everyone, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you very much for joining me today. I love how this keep goes slightly green with the blue hair filter. And I will be back. I'll reschedule it quickly now. I'll probably just move it back. Anyway, you'll see when I reschedule it. So if I see any of you later on, I look forward to it. I know it's really late for a lot of you too, and a lot of you are probably off to bed. So in which case, I hope you have a don't wake the cat. I know, right? He's very resistant to waking up today. I can tell you that much. So he wasn't even interested in playing with his toy today. But that's okay. He's sleeping off his breakfast. It's hard work for a cat. Okay, much love, everyone. Until next time. Bye-bye, 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 bye. I hope to see you all then. Bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye. Bye.